Hi up everybody, welcome to Thursday and Thursday's session days. Today we're through at the track again. I'm going to be doing 6 by 800 meters off open recoveries. The weather today is 32 degrees and ridiculously high humidity, so I'm really just going to run this to a top effort rather than aiming for a pace, because if I try and hit those top paces today, it's not going to go very well at all. So I've just finished my warm-up. I'm going to have a quick drink and put the shoes on, and let's go for a run. Right, we're just about to start the first one. It's absolutely baking hot, so let's see what we've got in the tank today. When I get to the start line there, I'm going to press the lap button and off we go. Here we go. What's that? 3:46 average. That's hard work in this weather. I'm going to be really conservative with the recoveries, because that's only one, and these next 5 are going to get tougher and tougher. Here we go, number 2. Two down. 3:45. And that felt pretty much twice as hard as the first one. Wow, and it's windier than what I thought. Facing this way on that back straight, we've got the usual mild wind, headwind. Number 3. Ouch, that is getting really difficult. That heat is getting to me now. Here we go. That was really tough. I think the smart thing to do here is call it a day. That heat has taken everything out of me. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop it now. Well, there we go everybody, I'm stopping it there. That last rep became really difficult to do really quickly, and it wasn't a aerobic thing, it wasn't a burning sensation from running hard. It was physically just having no energy whatsoever. The heat of the day has just sapped every bit of strength out of my legs, and as the strength went, so did my running form. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, if you're training with bad form, then you're actually training yourself to run with bad form. I had nothing to gain by smashing out another couple of reps, put myself right up against the red line just to prove, you know, the big hero session that I can do it. Stopping it where I did was a sensible move, because when you think that I've done those reps now, I did the warm-up, which were over 4 kilometres work, and I've got this cool down to do now, which is going to be just over 3 kilometres of work. Today's a good session banked, and the only thing I would have gained by smashing out an extra couple of reps is just having battered legs for the rest of the week. So today's finished and done. I'm going to show you the shoes before I change them for my cool down. And today, and we're renaming these because of messages in the comments, but these are my Welsh Dragonflys, and matched off just like I did before with some really nice monkey socks. And that's pretty much the setup I'll be wearing in just, well, it's Thursday now, so in 8 days time, race day. This is what I'll be wearing on my feet for the actual race. So, session done. Hard, difficult, but I did enjoy it, I gotta be honest. I'm gonna get this cool down done, so until tomorrow's very, very easy run, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, welcome to Friday morning, and today we're out doing an easy run, but not as usual 60 minutes easy. We're just doing, it'll be about 40 minutes, we're running out and back to Cumbellen. And the reason behind that is that yesterday's run, even though I cut it short, it was still quite a tough run. That heat was absolutely ridiculous. It was 32 degrees when we started, so running intervals on a track 800 meters, yeah, it were a tough session. So taking that into consideration and all that I've learned from load compensation with a Norwegian singles approach, today's just really easy and all about recovery, so I'm refreshed and ready for tomorrow. All the regulars to the channel, they'll all know that I use these easy runs as my bit of quiet time for all my planning and thinking. Normally on a Friday my main thought is Parkrun, but that's an easier one this week. We need to do a lot of shopping, we've got to go into Shrewsbury town, and our Nendy, or if you're not up to speed with Parkrun acronyms, Nendy means nearest event not done yet, is Haughmond Hill. So with that being just on the outskirts of Shrewsbury, it's a no-brainer, we're going there. So that's the easy one done. And the hard one I've got to work out is next week's schedule, because I'm only 7 days away from the race and I'm going to have to be totally refreshed and rested, all my energy levels on maximum, but I also need to feel that running really, really fast is normal, which is not easy to do. Normally you have one or the other. So the way around that is, you really drop your volume so that your body's not doing an amount of work, but you keep the intensity quite high so that running at fast paces is normalised. And that's pretty much going to be the whole of next week, is short, sharp, kind of intervals or strides, but the time on feet is going to be really reduced. So I've got some planning to do while I'm finishing this. I'll see you all in a bit. And just like that, the run's over. Nearly there now. Just got to cross that little junction. Let's get over here. And there we go, look where we are. Right back at the start. So, run done, lots of planning done. I think I've got a good idea of what I'll be doing next week for my taper. It's all stuff that I've kind of done before, but I'm just always trying to tweak things and improve it all the time. But I've got to get going. I've got a lot to do today, but I will show you the shoes before I go. And yet again, I treated myself to the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultras, and I matched these off with my Vader socks that I got from the London Marathon Expo. So that's today done. Tomorrow's Parkrun. Until then, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, Welcome to Saturday morning, and that can mean only one thing. It's Parkrun day, and today we're through at Haughmond Hill Parkrun, just on the outskirts of Shrewsbury. Never been here before. It's our Nendy, or if you don't know what that means, that's the nearest event not done yet, and it's all off-road, so let's go have some fun.
Haughmond Hill Parkrun in 3, 2, 1, go! Enjoy the way!
4:14. .410 that one. Don't know how accurate GPS is though. A lot of trees. .353 on that kilometre. .423 for that one. The lap's time 16:44. So looks like we're on for a sub 21. There's a finish. 161, sub threshold. Oh, thank you. Well done, Gary. Thank you. What we got there? Number 9. Well, there we go. That's Haughmond Hill Parkrun done. I kind of stuck to plan. Today I wanted to do a bit of work, but I also wanted to be a bit sensible. It's Saturday now, in only a few days' time I'll be doing the 3,000 metre race. So it's basically taper territory for me. I want to still keep doing the sharp efforts, but I don't want to be smashing out the longer, harder stuff, because I don't want to ruin myself before the race. So kind of stuck to plan. Most of this was sub threshold. There's a couple of tasty inclines and I put some work into them. My heart rate went well up, way above threshold, but I'm telling myself that that's me exposing myself to a bit of hurts ready for the race. I'll show you the shoes before I go, and it's Parkrun day, so you've probably already guessed. Today we've got the Li-Ning Feidian 5 Challengers, and they're matched off with some monkey socks, and there's an awful lot of dust stuck to me today from this trail, but yeah, perfect choice for today. Really enjoyed this Parkrun, highly recommended. Tomorrow is going to be a long run. We're going to go off to Lake Vyrnwy. Mrs. Ayup's got a 2-hour long run to do for her half marathon training. I'm just going to do one lap, nice and easy, and one lap's about 11 miles. So until then, I'll see you. Hey up everybody, welcome to Sunday, and today we're going to go for a run around Lake Vyrnwy. So enough talking, let's get on with it.
See you later.
See you later. We're just over 2 kilometres in and we're still going downhill ever so slightly, and that's having a lovely effect on the heart rate. Super low, 5:18 a kilometre, and my heart rate then was 118 beats a minute. Nice little waterfall. Another waterfall. Look at those trees where they've come down. So looking at the watch, 3.66 kilometres into the run, and we're still going downhill. Is this yet another waterfall? Yep, but it's all dried up, look. We've just done 5 kilometres and we're still going downhill. God, well, what an easy run this is. What's the heart rate on? 120 beats a minute. Average pace 5:33 for that last one. We've just covered 6 kilometres and we're still going downhill. It's never ending. And the best thing is, even when we get to the other side, it's going to still feel as if we're going downhill. And that's 10 kilometres. And that's me looking down the road, still going downhill. I promise if I get an uphill slope, I'll record that footage. But so far, there hasn't been any. 16.5 kilometres in. I don't know how this is looking on camera, but to me, this looks like it's going downhill. There we go, there's the dam. There's the lake we've just run all the way around. Right down the bottom around the corner. And this side, bit of a drop off down there, isn't there? Let's have a look over the edge. Whoop. We just get round the corner. And here we go. 1 lap completed. Let's stop the watch. And I've stopped that on 17.98 kilometres. How many people is that going to trigger? I'm sure that said, so yeah, 17.98. And I'm not going to do the last 0.02 of a kilometre. So that's a long run done. Absolutely love running around here. My shoes for today, I wore my Li-Ning Feidian 6 Elites, and the reason why I wore these for an easy run is because they really look after my legs, just like the old original Alphafly ones were famous for. I did a lot of kilometres on that review week. I did 106 kilometres and my legs felt as fresh right at the end as what they did at the beginning. They really look after you. And I'm at the start of a taper week now because we've got the race on Friday and I wanted my legs to be in the best condition possible. So that's today's run done. I'm going to go get myself a drink now. So until tomorrow's run, which I'm going to juggle things around because we've got the race on Friday. I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of spark into tomorrow. Not much, but just a bit of liveliness as part of the taper. So until tomorrow, I'll see you.